Some plasterboard fixings can leave large holes that need repairing after you've removed the fixings. We have two such fixings here. The top one is the G-fix, the bottom one is the grip it fixing. To repair holes like this, it is actually very simple, and I'll show you a quick and easy way of doing that. To start off with, we need to remove each of the fixings. With the grip it, it's very simple. You just need a small screwdriver, insert that into the slotted screw and turn it all the way to the left. You can then quite simply get hold of that and pull it straight out of the hole. For the G-fix fixing, you simply need to remove the centre screw first and then remove the two smaller screws. We are now left with two 25mm holes, which can be quite difficult to fill for some people. The first thing we're going to do is remove any of the loose paper from around the edge, and we're just going to taper that edge slightly. That will help the filler to stick. Once we've done that, we then need something that can go through the hole, that is longer and thinner than the hole itself, so you can see that that will do quite easily. I've got a few examples of what you can use to push through the hole in order to stop the filler from going down the back. That's a piece of PVC cloaking profile. Whatever you use, it needs to be thin and long and slightly narrower than the hole that you're going to push it through. We can simply drill a hole in the centre of that, and we could quite easily use that. We could do the same with this piece of galvanised steel. And if all you've got is some copper tube, you can even use that. All you need to do is bash it flat. And then you simply need to put a hole in the centre of that. So you can basically use anything like that as long as it's rigid and long and thin. You can even use a piece of wood, providing it is thin enough. If you use something too thick, you will struggle getting it through the hole. I've then taken a piece of wire, which I've threaded through the hole that I've just drilled, and tied a knot on the back of that. So we can put that through the hole and we can actually pull that tight. So I'm just going to put some grab adhesive on there. We now need to carefully feed that through the hole and then pull it back towards us. You need to ensure when you do this that you don't let go of the string or the wire that you've got pushed through the piece of metal. So we're now just going to slide that through. And it is actually a bit of a cosy fit, that. It's a little bit on the tight side, but it should still go. And once that's through, pull it back against the hole as tight as you can do, and that will ensure that the grab adhesive sticks between the metal and the plasterboard. The good thing about using grab adhesive is, once you've pulled it, it should actually grip and it should actually stay there until the grab adhesive has cured. What we can do now is just get a little bit of grab adhesive and we can just squirt that in there. But we don't want to come too close. The reason why I'm doing this is because the grab adhesive goes off a lot faster than what the filler does. Once you've done that, you can just pull on the wire and you can just smooth that off a little bit and just push it in to ensure that it has actually taken. The grab adhesive has now had a couple of hours to dry, so we can now cut off the wire. We can now proceed to fill the two holes. All I'm going to do is take the filler and work it into the hole. doesn't matter if you put too much filler on at this point because it is very easy to sand off. You're better off putting too much on rather than not enough, because if you don't put enough on, you'll end up putting more on before you can actually sand it. Now the filler is dried, we just need to give that a light sanding. To do that, I'm going to use a sanding block like so. We now just need to give that a wipe to remove any of the dust. I'm just using a damp piece of paper towel to do this. I'm now going to take some emulsion paint, which is non-vinyl, and I've actually watered that down 20% with some cold, clean water. I'm now going to take a brush, and we're just going to paint that onto the damaged area, and we're going to feather it out. You can see that that is very watery. Once that has dried, you can then give it a final top coat. You are better off using a roller to do this if you've got one, but in this demonstration I'm just going to use a brush just to show that you can't actually see the repair damage once it's been painted over. So obviously I've just painted a small patch there just to show that you can't actually see where the damage has been. So it is very easy repairing damage like that to plasterboard as long as you follow the simple steps. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel.